Hello, thank you for tuning in to this section of reads. These readings are always valid for whenever you come to them. This is on YouTube channel James13 Wicca, just in case it's floating around somewhere else. That's where it's supposed to be. The card information and the dice, all that's down below if you're interested in what I'm using for these readings. I'm also, if you're near Herkimer, New York, I am doing in-person readings at Renewed and Rescued. Email me for details if you want an appointment. Thank you very much to those of you who've already reached out. I appreciate it. That's all I really have for this part. Besides that, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email, same information. Thank you very much for watching, and let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Gemini? So, a lot of confusion around this situation, but what exactly is going on here? There's something that wants to be a part of your life. Okay, are you going to allow that to happen is a great question. You have to make the decisions that work for you, right? Right. right. There's this energy around you. Like, it might be a lot. There'd be a lot of different people. Could be. A lot going on here. You got the Queen of Fire, 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Swords. All this together is something is trying to go better. Something is trying to evolve. Not everybody's going to be included, but it's up to people if they're going to be a part of it or not. Some people actually are not supposed to be a part of this, and I don't feel like we need to feel bad about that. Everybody's on their own journey in life, right? So whatever's going on right now, it does feel like it's overly restrictive for you. And I feel like it's probably been that way for quite a while. Something is overly restrictive. It's kind of like we need to do at least at the very least, it's almost like I need a makeover at the very least. I need to make this more enjoyable for me. So I don't know if this sounds too simple, but maybe not. I'm saying makeover, but I'm seeing like some people, maybe you need to do a makeover for your living situation. Could be wardrobe, could be the way you present yourself daily. It doesn't mean we have to leave a situation behind, because the more I see this, you got the 10 of Pentacles in the past, but you got the 10 of Cups in the future, which is making me feel like it's the same situation, but more to your liking, more working the way you want it to work. I keep seeing this house where it's very cold and boring, a lot of white, a lot of gray, and there's not a lot of color at all. And it's almost like, well, maybe I don't have the money to do a complete renovation, but I do have enough money to get some paint. I do have enough money to change what this is. I get enough money to get some new recipes and to try to do some new food. I do have enough money to get maybe a couple new pieces of clothing, to try different hairstyles, stuff like that. I feel like that's where this is going. Like something has become too stagnant. And it's not like the whole situation doesn't change, but your flavor inside of it maybe does need to change. There should be some positive influences. Is this influences, or is this accepting of what's going on here? You got the Ace of Cups here, which is a good thing. 9 of Swords reversed. And the Wheel of Fortune, which typically Gemini is a fan of the Wheel of Fortune, usually. Not always. Depends how it plays out. I know. But you got the Ace of Cups here, and you want passion, pleasure, great adventure. The environment seems to be very open to what you want to happen. The thing is, how do we make it happen, right? You have a lot of ideas. It's not just about it's not just about having the ability to do it. It's about focusing it where it needs to be focused, and then creating the result, producing what you want to produce from it. Is this like a focus issue? Where are you focusing? Where are you focusing? So like Gemini, yeah, you can see all a bunch of crazy different options. Yes, obviously. But if you're, for example, constantly centering your energy at work, or at this vocation, or at family, whatever it is, if you're always focusing it here, there, or it's always focusing somewhere, and you're just not even thinking to focus in this other direction, it's kind of like always looking forward, never thinking about what's behind you. Not that Gemini does that, but you know what I mean? I feel like it's about focus. It's about focus at this time. We need to refocus some things, and we maybe need to rebalance, allocate, whatever works. Time management. We need to rebalance our time management, I feel. I feel like you could do this successfully. That's part of this. It's time to rebalance the time management. How much time you spend on this, how much time you spend on that. It's time to relook at that. And then to change up some stuff that I feel like is very doable. And it's almost like living in this gray-white house constantly, and then getting so used to not paying attention to it, going, wait a minute, I don't know if I like this anymore. I don't know if I like these white walls with these gray appliances. I think I liked it at one point. The patterns were nice. I liked it, but I think it's become very old hat. It's become very stale at this point. It's very fresh and inviting at one point, but now I don't think I like it like I used to. And it might be for some of you like realizing a situation for some reason doesn't feel right anymore. But it's kind of like maybe that's why it doesn't feel right. This is where we got to bring in the new life. Gray and white maybe needs to become maybe blue and orange or something else. Different shades, different colors, different places. It could be whatever works for you. I say blue and orange because they're opposites on the color wheel, and usually they highlight each other depending how you use them, how much you want to use them. Releasing the stress seems to be pivotal, and just like first of all, just changing your viewpoint, changing what you're focusing on just a little bit. For some of you, I feel like your energy isn't feeling like it's lifting up. This might be one of those things that helps you lift up. It doesn't have to be in the house, by the way. I know I'm using that analogy. This could be a work situation where maybe you're a part of a team, or you're doing a job and you're just used to doing it the same way. Maybe you were taught you have to do that. But there may be a situation within this same company where maybe you can change teams or change some type of connection, change where you sit, something to where this doesn't feel as stale and old as it used to be. For those of you who work at home, who knows, maybe the location where you're working, maybe you can't move the actual location, even though you're at home. It's like, well, this is where this is connected to, this is where I have to have it for whatever reason. But you can change the things around it. You can change what's available to you, that type of stuff. I'm not worried about you finding the possibilities, quite frankly. I'm just like opening the door and realizing whatever it is that feels stale, maybe I don't have to completely throw it away and get new, but maybe I need to refurbish what I have. There is support here too, and I feel like I'm stuck. It may be ironic too. For example, if this is a work situation, maybe I don't want to leave this place. Maybe I feel like I make the good money that I want. I actually like the job. It's just feeling stale. There needs to be some life. It's stuck. You're that life. You can bring that life in. Blessings are coming in. There may be some assistance here too. You may be able to get some assistance, and you may be able to work with somebody else. Just make sure it moves forward. With the Page of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, working with somebody else may be a thing. Maybe where you get a lot more of inspiration. Kind of like, oh, what this person said, that's cool, but what they said really inspired me to go this direction with it. They want to go there, but when they said that, it triggered something in my brain. I want to take it here. It's great. As long as thoughts become reality. As long as things don't just sit there in brain land. In this, the Page of Cups, dreams and thoughts can be a wonderful thing, but the challenge for that energy as well is to make it into reality. Just make sure we're pushing it forward, even if it's just like taking 10 to 15 minutes a day to go into the next level, to go forward, to tangibly do something for 10 to 15 minutes a day to make something happen. Even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes a day, if it's done every day, this can actually happen. You're not the only person who feels trapped. Oh, this was the face down card. This is what's going forward. This seems to be coming in from the side. Other people feel trapped too. When you start making some changes, some acceptable changes, other people may be inspired for that too. Some people will be afraid of it. I get that with the Five of Pentacles. Some people may be afraid of change. Do what you got to do for you. Don't get lost in the momentum. Make sure that momentum takes you where you want to go. So I feel like if you start moving it forward, you may be surprised other people will easily join in. Trick is to not get lost in their momentum. Make sure you go where you want to go. Because I feel like you're very helpful to other people. If people are like, oh, I wish I could this, or I wish I could that. And you're like, well, there's this option, or well, maybe not totally that, but partially that with this. And who knows, maybe you could make it farther later. You're very helpful. You could give options. You could help people see things that they either didn't want to see before or didn't think it was even a possibility. You're like, well, it's not that you can't. It's just that you have to make peace with this other balance if you do that. I feel like Gemini is good with that too. Kind of like, yeah, you could do this. It'll balance out this way. If you can make peace with that, you could do this. It's kind of like if you want to move and people are like, yeah, but I don't want to sell my house. Well, you might be able to be like, well, you could rent it out. Maybe that would be an option. You could rent out your current house and buy a new house. That might be an option. You could find ways that people don't normally find. Be careful to not get too excited with it. Oh, that's interesting. Why are we going there? Be careful to not get too excited with it. The excitement could actually, if you get too excited, it might all end up just staying here. I feel like that's what they're saying. Because they're saying be careful with this. You can get really, really excited and really, into the whole thought of it. But if it just stays a thought, that's not good. We got to move forward, which I'm understanding this other part now. I think I'm getting excited looking at this because I'm just like, this could be really great. This could be a really wonderful thing. And it's one of the more positive versions of the Eight of Cups, in my opinion. It's saying you got to let go of what was to go into what you want. You got to go into that unknown area. Like these both have moons in them, saying we got to go into that unknown area, get what we want. We got to start the process happening. If you get too excited, you could end up having, if I could say it right, paralysis by analysis. I hope I said that right. I think it did. It makes sense in my brain. You know what I'm saying. If this is hitting for you, you know what I'm saying. As long as we move forward, we can take that Ten of Pentacles that was stale and boring for a while, and we can advance it, evolve it, create this new beautiful Ten of Cups. They're very similar. These are very good companion cards, in my opinion. This is stability and feeling safe. This is enjoying that safety, that happiness. That it's having everything and enjoying it as well. It's just like that upgrade. It's like, to me, it's almost like a very similar, same thing, just different angle, just different connection, just different way of doing things, living in the same place but enjoying it a lot more, that type of thing. And it's one of those things where I feel like I was afraid that I'd have to let go of something. I thought for a minute there, maybe I was just over this. Maybe I was just done. Maybe my time here was through. But it turns out all I had to do was revamp it, bring in some fresh air, and I love this just as much as I did before. Is there anything else with that? There's a lot of energy with that. A lot. I mean, I'm not a Gemini, I'm a Pisces, but I keep feeling this energy of the trick is, and I keep feeling this energy coming in, producing the result, moving it forward, even if it's just little bit by little bit by little bit. If you can create a pattern daily where you move it physically forward a little bit by little bit, and you know what's acceptable and what's not, you can actually create this change. It doesn't have to be I spent a whole Saturday just running and doing and doing and doing and doing. You don't have to do it that way. A little bit every day, as long as it's tangibly noticeable. Like I did this, I did that. Like redoing a kitchen, for example. I feel like a lot of people would take a weekend and from the beginning of the weekend to the end of it, they're just working on doing this, doing that, painting this, moving that, all that stuff, doing everything they have to do 2 days. You don't have to do it that way. You could just spend the first day all right, I'm just making my decisions what I want to do. You could spend another day just washing things down a little bit. Just not burning yourself out, but just washing things down, getting them ready. You could spend another day just painting maybe just a couple cupboards, just a couple, just something so it doesn't burn you out, but you got the progress. You did enough to look at it and be like, all right, we're moving forward. And every day you just do a couple more, a couple more. Maybe it'll take you 2-3 weeks to get it all done or whatever you're doing, but it's like showing that progress. It doesn't have to overwhelm you. It doesn't have to be all in 2 days or whatever. You take it in pieces, take it in small pieces, you can have this success. Are we good? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.